next 15 minutes or so, Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz is going to hold a virtual news conference regarding new changes made by the U.S. Census Bureau to field operations and response dates for the 2020 census because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And I'm very happy to have joining us right now Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz, taking the time so she can tell us directly ahead of time about what you need to know. And first things first, thank you so much for joining us, Lieutenant Governor Bysiewicz. This is something we only do, of course, once a decade, so I think it's very easy for a lot of people to not fully grasp just all the ramifications of not having a good, accurate count of the population. What does that determine? And can you sort of impress upon people how important it is?
Absolutely. So the census every 10 years is critical, even more so this year, because federal disaster relief is key to the number of people that we have in our state. Last year, our state received almost $11 billion in federal funding for Medicare and Medicaid. Together, those account for $5.5 billion. Student loans, federal student loans, weighed in at more than $1 billion. SNAP, federal school lunch programs, and so many more. There are 55 federal programs like Head Start, like Community Development Block Grants, like some of those programs I've already mentioned that are important for every community, and everyone in our state knows someone who depends on one or more of those programs. So these are critical federal dollars that our state receives based on how many people we have living in our state. And for every person we miss, we lose out on $2,900. So if we miss counting one child, and by the way, children between the ages of birth to 5 are most likely to be undercounted, we lose $2,900 over 10 years. So that's $29,000 over the 10 years that a school district would lose if we didn't count a child. And because of the pandemic that we are dealing with right now, there are certain things that will be very critical. For instance, federal disaster relief, funding for hospitals, healthcare monies for Medicare and Medicaid, and also some of the SNAP benefits, because we have over 350,000 people that have applied for unemployment, so they may need those adult nutrition programs. And many schools right now, even though they're not in session, are handing out breakfast and lunch meals to families who would normally rely on the schools to provide those meals to their children. So this is really, really important.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you could just go on all day about the importance of it. But we want to get to the changes. I know you said Connecticut has gotten to about that 50% response rate, which seems to be pretty good in a relative sense at this point. So what are the changes we need to know about going forward?
Sure, and I'm glad you mentioned the 50%. We are just under 51% of the households in Connecticut that have responded to the census either online or by calling the 800 number. But the challenge now is to get the additional 50% of the households that have not yet responded to the census. And the Census Bureau has made some changes really based upon the COVID epidemic that we are facing. They have decided, the Census Bureau would like to extend the time that people have to respond to the census from the end of April to the end of August. So they're extending the time to August 31st, and they've been not starting their door knocking activities, the traditional enumerator jobs where you have people who are knocking on the doors of households that haven't responded. That activity was supposed to start in March. That activity was suspended. And so that door-to-door grassroots activity by Census Bureau workers is slated to be resuming in the beginning of June. And further, the Census Bureau is asking our United States Congress if they can have an additional 120 days to report the census results in April of 2021. Normally, if we'd not had this COVID epidemic, we would expect that the Census Bureau would report their results to the President and Congress on December 31st.
Okay, well, Lieutenant Governor, you're going to give us a more full update in about, I believe, 10 minutes from now. So thank you so much for taking the time to join us and let people what they need to know. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Of course, Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz. Okay, real quickly over to Matt Scott for a check on the